My name is Insane Raven, and we're headed to a class trial! Oh, never mind. I have to walk into it. My name is Insane Raven, and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were there... Oh!
Appears.
Double trouble! He multiplied! Nope. Not multiplication, it just looks the other way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
Boy, tough crowd. You're not playing along. Stop talking, we're not here to play with you.
Hey!
Then, if everyone's here ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Please, hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're going to pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume, or the notes? Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprits.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom. She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. Have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifume and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifume and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends, the killer is someone right here. Took one last deep breath, exhaled slowly, and began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, I love how I'm the unofficial leader. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Man, this elevator is looking more and more empty every time we go, huh? The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. I like it. When I see you all gathered together like this, I realize just how few of there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you hate me? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I mean, I did. That was a personal decision on my part, but he would never do that. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. Yeah, so it's definitely a TV show. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yeah, thanks for letting me save right before I fuck everything up. Oh wait, I have skills! I have skills now. Cool and composed. Breathing technique. The focus gauge recovers more quickly. Effective during the non-stop debate, the Hangman's Gambit, and bullet time battle. What does this do? Steadies your aim a little. Effective during the non-stop debate and the Hangman's Gambit. Do I have anything else? No. Just those two. Truth bullets. The file, the blue top that was moved on the Taco's body, which was found in the art. It was found in the repository, but it was in the science lab, the repository dolly. We used the card Taka's body, we're assuming. Fumi's glasses, which were cleaned off for some fucking reason. The spotless hammer. The repository door, which was can only lock from the inside. The equipment room bloodstain. The cleaning cloth, Celeste account. Yasuhiro's message. Robo Justice blueprints, which are very different from how his handwriting is. Like, look at that. Very different. Robo Justice costume. Yasuhiro's account. Broken wristwatch, which says that it was right after 6 a.m. Taka's scrap of paper. Hifume's paper, which these two seem to match with that being a corner piece. Yeah, it matches perfectly. And the e-handbook. So we have a lot to kind of go over. Now they must confront two murders who claim the lives of Hifume and Kivotaka. In this class trial, suspicion builds upon suspicion. All rise!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Why are we doing this
You
again?
can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
It's very game showy,
Now then.
you know? It's like, just to remind everyone at home.
We already know who did it.
We don't, though.
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I mean, it's a fair accusation.
Didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
I love how his jacket arms are like flaring out, like, no, guys, it wasn't me. Even though there's nothing in there to do that to him.
Murderer!
Coming from you, that's the highest form of irony.
Call it a murderer.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it,
You assume makes an ass out of you and me.
and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
It is
Points to
compelling.
you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear? I don't think he is. Make your argument. Yasuhiro's
Everything
message.
found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro,
Conspiracy.
why did you kill them?
No.
What is up with your hair?
Hold on a second.
Okay. Yep.
Everything we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Ah!
It's not true. It's
Hiro, why?
no. Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts, they...
Like I said at first, the handwrites all mess up. The blueprints were from someone else.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
I'm not.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
I guess we're just gonna talk about that now.
Obviously different. Wouldn't
And
you
just
say?
full front of Monokuma.
Compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Am I wrong?
Person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
But why would they?
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Thank you, Sakura.
I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
No.
He is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What?
Then who was
Yeah.
that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
No.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Why are you putting this on me, Holmes? Like, why are you throwing this to me? You know, you say it.
Who was in the Robo Justice suit?
I got it!
It was Hiro. Like, he was in the suit.
I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
But he's not.
Doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Yes.
Perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Objection! Wait, what?
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
Not really.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop
Okay.
trying to boss us around.
Look, he's a mad genius for sure, but he is a genius.
Things have a proper order.
God damn it.
What is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It
Yes.
would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Not wrong. Again.
Tell us what they were.
Look, why do you treat all of our lives like they were in a game?
I got it!
The dolly. There's still one more thing. The things that they were moved, they were the dolly and the buto.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Yep. What's with the attitude?
Let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. When
Yes.
we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Yes.
It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room.
Yes.
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
As we said.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing.
Because it's blood on the wheel.
It was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Yes.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
Yep.
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Yep.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Winner, winner, give him the man a chicken dinner.
Mistaken.
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes.
The dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
Listen up.
Possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Listen, cockface.
No shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Bitch, I've solved the last 2 murders.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Motherfucker. Wow, I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change your mind. If I can explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to the time battles. Would you like to hear more? Yes? Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath... fuck. I'm chewing on nails. Gross. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you will see your ammo count. Up until now, there really hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statement. But from now on, just locking on and pressing triangle won't be enough to handle them. Now, it would cost you one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you were. However, you can reload by pressing square. Just like locking on, you have to press square, the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the square button now has a function along with the X and square button. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. The moment of truth.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong.
Oh, I died. Failed. And I'm dead.
Is... I refuse to give up yet!
Give it to me. Not at all. I would have hit it. Which just sucks. Like, this is a terrible thing to add.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. I cannot agree.
This should prove it!
Gotcha. I had to stop thinking because once like I went into the negative and everything went, I can't see shit. I'm like, I need to stop thinking. I just need to go. Sorry about that. Typically I talk much more like that.
One of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Yes.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
It did.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Fuck off. Jeez, the Celeste really hate me that much.
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
God damn it, Byakuya.
The subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain
she's not wrong.
The occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Yep. If I look at how the body was moved, it'd be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does that mean by that? The person in the suit can't bend.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yes.
The culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Jet.
Shoot!
Jet.
As we know,
Taka was killed, and from there.
Yeah, then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yep.
Then you could push the dolly no problem.
Yep.
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize any.
Because you can't bend over in the suit.
From there.
That's why.
Then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind that.
Well, yeah. All you'd have to do is bend over.
You can't bend over in the suit. Exactly. Well, it's not wrong. You can't do it in the suit.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually
Nope.
get into a position like that?
You yourself proved that.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm not into bad, can't feel my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anyone in this thing. I'm telling you it wasn't me. Not to mention, you totally can't bend in the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
In that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
How fast it happens.
See your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
There's also that element of it.
Isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the suit was taken off because you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you...
Because all of this happened, right?
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah.
That's right.
So are we saying Celeste the culprit?
Really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
Yes.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Is that supposed to say that, Hifumi?
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Robo Justice. I should have decided to call him for now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero.
Celeste is trying real hard to throw Hero on the bus right now.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Like, trying real hard.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yes!
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, The truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Why does everyone have their arms
Let's
crossed?
review this series of
With the crossed
unfortunate
arms?
events from the beginning. Maybe
Crossed
we'll
arm
uncover
club?
something new.
Crossed arm club.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. This is what it takes. We have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I
All right.
suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so
True.
we went to look for everyone.
We did.
It was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Yep.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and
Yep.
quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
Yes.
Turns out, it was Robo Justice.
Papa Robo Justice.
That this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by
Hifumi.
Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect.
I'm glad that everyone's just like letting Sakura take
Long
this.
after leaving the nurse's
I'll be honest.
office,
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after
Yep.
that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
But there was no one there.
and then
There's definitely 2 people
we
involved.
decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste,
Yep.
Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
Byakuya. 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 I have to remember that.
When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to...
meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room.
And that's when we call it a
Both
twofer.
bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed
Hifumi.
for the nurse's office.
I'm getting like,
But right after we
Hifumi.
left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
that the body was missing.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
I'm not reading it because we've already like gone
We
over it
discovered
twice.
that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Celeste has been the driving force through all this. My money's on Celeste.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Seems fair, and that's what we'll do in the next episode of Storytime. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Gotta fucking rehash everything.